Hello everyone, this is Melanie from Melanie B's Creative Studio, and you can tell by looking at this particular painting that it brings me happiness and joy just from the palette. So this is a brand new release for the fall of 2021 from Schipper, and it is a 40 by 50 centimeter, and I'm so excited to open this one up and take a look at it. I just peeled the packaging off of it. I did get this one sent to me, and this was one of the new releases that I looked at on their website and was so excited when I saw it and wanted it so badly. So when I opened the box and I saw that they had sent me this one, I was so excited. There are no words. I mean, there are no words. Look at the palette. I know you guys are sitting there going, come on now. We don't all love these rainbow palettes and these bright colors. I know, you guys. I'm trying to mix it up to where I'm bringing you guys some of the more muted neutral palettes and mixing it in with some of these brighter colors. But it's so hard. They just bring me so much happiness. Last week I brought you the winter birds, and I thought those had such beautiful calm blues and grays and things. So I thought this week I could come back with in your face hot pinks and reds and yellows and oranges and lime greens and aqua blues and a Melanie B palette, you know. So that's what I did. While I have your attention, I just want to say that last week's Schipper Sunday ended up being a little bit confrontational with one particular person. And although I don't like to bring attention to negativity, I do want to mention that there is a huge misconception about YouTubers and the way they make money and whatnot. So I wanted to just clarify that really quickly before I moved on about this kit. The gentleman, and I use that term lightly and very, very loosely because he was nowhere in the realm of being a gentleman, but he made 5 derogatory comments on my last video. And he's been a subscriber for a couple of years, and I've just put up with the negative statements and comments, and I've just kind of overlooked them. And finally I just said, "Shoe fly, don't bother me," and blocked him from my channel. And one of the things, and I did actually delete 3 of his comments, but one of the things he mentioned was, why do YouTubers say they don't make money? Well, not all YouTubers make money. There are YouTubers that make millions of dollars. And he made the comment, you get products for free. How are you saying you don't make money? Well, I'm sorry. The last time I checked, this painting will not pay my electric bill or put food on my table. So that, as far as I'm concerned, means that I did not make money. And first of all, let's talk about the term free. I am investing hours of my time to talk about a kit that I love and want to talk about. They're compensating me for being willing to dedicate some of my time, and let's say an hour of my time, to this kit, because I will talk about this in the video. Then I will stop and I will take this painting and I will swatch these paints, and then I will come back and I will finish this video, and then I will take this recorded part and I will sit down with my equipment that I had to pay for out of my pocket with the zero money that people like this particular man that I'm talking about has never donated any money to. And I would use that equipment to edit the video on my free time, and I will spend a few hours, depending on how long the video was, to edit that video and make sure that I've clipped out things that don't need to be added. And then I will make the graphic for the video, and I will add all of the descriptive information, and I will go look up the links to make sure that you can find this particular painting. And I do all of that for the viewers because you share in the interest of our paint by number hobby. That is why. That is the reason. So when an ignorant person comments and who doesn't understand how a hobby channel works, and that you have to have anywhere from probably 50,000 to 100,000 or more subscribers to actually make money on your time, your energy, your camera equipment, your memory cards, your batteries, your iPad, your phone, whatever you're using, your internet, your electricity, your lights that you have set up, your backgrounds, the products that you're buying out of pocket to show, to bring to people, the free content. Because let me explain something to you. I have one video that has over 200,000 views, and in ad money that people want to talk about, oh, well, you make ad money. I get $30 a month for that video. So, and it has over 200,000 views. So imagine if the video gets 200 views, or if it gets less than 1,000, there are pennies that come in. Pennies on a video. How much money do you think that accumulates to in a month? So let's just go ahead and keep it real. All right? I am not complaining. I am passionate about bringing you the products, the information, and sharing this with you, or I would not do it, you guys. But I don't want you being misinformed that every YouTuber is out here making $1 million or even thousands of dollars. You are being misguided. So let me clarify that before I even move on. This painting is not going to pay my medical bills. This painting is not going to pay for the groceries. This is not going to help me pay for Thanksgiving dinner. But what it will do is bring me some Zen therapy, and it allows me to share my passion and my joy and my love for paint by number and Schipper kits with you. And that is what I love to do. So let's talk about this kit without any further ado. Okay, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying real hard not to squeal with delight, with happiness and joy over this palette. I'm fighting it. Okay, you know I'm going to talk about the palette in a minute. Let's go ahead, because I know I'm trying not to be really redundant and repetitive in these videos every week, but in case you're just picking up a Schipper Sunday for the very first time, let me go ahead and let's just talk about the basics. When you get a Schipper kit, you will not see a canvas. You will see a board painting, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. You're going to see number stickers, and you're going to get a paintbrush in this particular package here. You're going to see paint pots and another bag of contents. So I'm going to open this bag of contents first. We'll talk really briefly about what's in here, and then we're going to move on. You have an instruction guide. It has several languages. And here it will help you if you are new to paint by number. I set this aside, but they also have a catalog of other kits they have available for you to look through, which is highly addictive, be warned. They also include a reference guide that is very easy to read and very clearly printed. On this reference guide, you will see how to number your paint pots. Now, somebody mentioned, as much as we pay for Schipper kits, why don't they have the paint pots already numbered? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just assume, and you know we're not supposed to assume, but because these kits are like mass produced, because they sell so many kits, my guess would be that they are filling these paint pots for these kits. Bam, 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 bam. I mean, and it just is a quick process. And it is easier to hit these with the numbers, put them in the box, and get the kits ready to go. Stick the pre-numbered labels in here and give you the instructions for how to number them than it is for having somebody stand there and put the stickers on the paint pots themselves. Okay, so I think this is more of a production saving process for them than it is anything else. So that is just my point of view on that. That is a guess. That makes sense to me. And I have no issues doing it myself. I don't know why it doesn't bother me, but I guess it's just one of those things. It doesn't bother me because the quality of this kit otherwise is so phenomenal that those little things like that, I guess, just don't get to me. Now, I do want to say this, you guys. I just recently started getting kits from Schipper because I reached out to them and I asked them, would they be willing to do this for me? But I have purchased 25 Schipper kits out of my own pocket. So I've spent thousands of dollars on Schipper kits. I don't want it looking like that they just decided all of a sudden they're going to start loading me up with Schipper kits. I mean, I have put my money into Schipper products. It's not like, you know, I've gotten all my kits for free and whatever. I am a huge fan, and 90% of the kits I have brought to you, I have purchased myself. This is the fifth kit, I think, fourth or fifth kit I've brought to you that they have sent me. So I just wanted to point that out. I do not make a commission on anything you buy from them. So again, let me point that out as well. The only way I'm gonna make a dime off anything you purchase, then if you find a Schipper kit on Amazon, again, that's maybe a few dollars and that's it. So all that does is compensate me for 5 minutes of time, you know, so every little bit adds up. It's not, I do not complain about anything you do to help me. So I never want it to sound like I'm complaining about that. I just want you to know I don't do this for the commissions or anything like this. Everything I tell you is honest because it's not about the money, okay? It's never about the money. All right, sorry, back to it. So anyway, you'll notice here, this is going to tell you how to number your paint pots very specifically. So pay attention to this. There are 4 empty paint pots here. Now I'm going to tell you, I love their paint pots. So I will cut these off and save the empty paint pots. Anytime there are empty paint pots in a set, I always save them because they're fabulous. And I love the way they open so easily and close. So, and they're very large, so I love to keep these. All right, let's talk about, before we get into the palette, because you know that's my last thing I love to talk about. Let's talk about the board underneath and take a look at the numbers and the lines and get a close look because I want to make sure people know what that really looks like when they get it. So I'm zoomed out a little bit to show you the overall look of the board. I've mentioned it, I know, many times, but the Schipper boards are thicker by at least twice than other board painting kits. The quality is extremely different, so much better than other board paintings I've tried. And the texture on the surface is different as well. It is a paper surface, but it's got a different texture, more like a canvas than others that I've tried. Now, I've addressed the fact that a lot of people do not gesso their board paintings. The only board painting I will risk gessoing, and that's with clear gesso, is a Schipper. And people will be like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. You know, yeah, I'm afraid to take that chance. I'm not encouraging you to take that chance either. I'm just saying that I do like the texture of clear gesso and I will do it on my Schipper because I know that it is a thicker board and I use a very light layer of gesso. I do have a video on how to do that if you want to do that. But I do tell you to proceed with caution, just like anything else. My disclaimer is, I'm not telling you to do it, I'm telling you that I do. So I will try to remember to link you to that video about how to gesso a Schipper, okay? You'll notice there's light gray lines and numbers and it's almost a taupey gray. It's a very warm gray. It's very easy to cover these lines and numbers, which is fabulous. Now I'm going to zoom in a little closer so you can see it better. You can see that you can read it very easily, even though it is a very light gray. Now, another question I've had is whether the board warps. Well, of course it doesn't warp. I mean, there's no reason for the board to warp unless you do add a wet product like clear gesso, and you might see some warping. When I do my clear gesso procedure, I lay something flat on it after it dries and it just flattens right back out. But if you're not adding anything to it, you're not going to see any warping. So I don't understand that question. A board painting is designed to hold paint, so no, it doesn't warp. And once you frame it, it's in a frame, so it is going to stay flat. I mean, I guess I can understand it's a valid question, but at the same time, a product with a price point like a Schipper is designed to be quality. So the only time I've ever seen any kind of warping with a Schipper board painting is after I've applied clear gesso, because it's a liquid. But again, I always have a solution to that, which I explain in that clear gesso video for applying it to my Schipper. So let's talk about the palette, and then I'm going to go swatch the gorgeous paints, and then we're going to come back and talk about how those look and how they swatched. I'm not even sure y'all need to hear what I have to say about this palette. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when I brought you the parrots in the rainforest? And I was like hyperventilating over that palette. This one is pretty much on par for that one. This one just has less colors. This one has actually 26 colors. This is probably one of the only Schipper paintings I've ever seen that has this few colors in it. And it still has 26. So it is a limited palette, considering that the rest of the Schipper paintings usually have a lot, but I'm okay with that because this is incredible. So I ain't mad, y'all. I ain't mad. I mean, these are the darkest colors in this whole palette. A blue and it looks maybe a black. I was gonna say a deep blue, but it looks like black. So I'm gonna go find out because these are so beautiful. I'm gonna flip them right quick. I'm gonna take a look at them just upside down. Oh my God. Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus. Look at this palette. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, God created some beautiful colors, did he not? This is the rainbow that he created. When I talk about things that bring me happiness and joy, that's all I got to say. That's all I got to say about that. All right, I'm going. I'm sorry. I'm going. I can't even compose myself. I'm sorry. I'm going to swatch these paints because I can't wait anymore. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to say. I'm going to go swatch these paints and I will be right back to share with you this palette before I like pass out just from looking at them. All right, let's just cross our fingers and hope for the best. And I'm hoping they're going to be all opaque. You never know with these tricky little colors in here. So, all right, I'll be back. Alrighty, I'm back and I have swatched these 26 beautiful colors and talk about yummy, delicious rainbow goodness. I don't even know what other words to use to describe this palette. And let's talk about the opacity of the paints. Now, I will say this is probably the first time ever in my Schipper history, which is only about 1 year, actually close to 12 months at this point, where I have run into a transparent paint. And I mean, not translucent, but transparent. And this is the very first paint I think I've ever gotten from Schipper that was transparent. And it is this number 2 right here. It is very transparent. And I put a second layer on once it dried because I had not started up to begin with, which shame on me because I know better. I always stir my paints first. And it looked like it had been stirred really nicely, so I didn't do it. And then I went back after I swatched the first time and I stirred it and I put another layer down, and it's still transparent, or it's more translucent now, but that's not really a true test if I'm putting on a second layer. It is a very bright yellow, lemon yellow almost, and I've always had trouble with that one. So I will be using one of my 3 shades of gray in the new kit that will be here hopefully in about a week. It will be available at Melanie B's Creative Supplies. I'll put that link for you right here, but also in the bottom below so you guys can find that kit. And that will help you with transparent paints. And if you're not sure about the 3 shades of gray, I'll put the link below for that video as well. Also, let's see, there were a couple of translucent colors in this palette, and number 3 was one of those, and number 4 was one of those. But the rest of these were just fabulous. I mean, gorgeous, gorgeous colors, gorgeous opacity. I cannot wait to get around to painting this piece. And I say it all the time. Oh, it's so hard sometimes to find enough hours in the day to just get normal stuff done. And you know, I don't want to complain about life. I'm just glad to be able to wake up every day and breathe, you know, but I wish I had more time to paint and to diamond paint and do the hobbies that I want to do. And I mean, I choose to do these videos, and I choose to do these instead of paint sometimes, or instead of diamond paint, because I want to be able to bring you information. So I'm not complaining. But when people ask me, you know, why aren't you bringing more completed projects to your channel? It's because it takes so many hours to record and edit and do all those things. And then I only have so much energy, and I do have a new husband and a family and grandkids and other responsibilities. It's not like I'm awake 24 hours a day with autoimmune disorder and other health complications and problems. I just do not have the energy that I need to have to do all the things that I want to do in life. So when I do paint, I paint for myself, and I do like to bring you back completed projects, but a lot of times I just enjoy the peace of painting for myself and in a, you know, relaxing situation instead of painting for a video, which becomes a job. I hope people understand that, and I will be, you know, bringing you more videos hopefully in the future once things slow down a little bit and it's past the holidays. But we'll see. You know, that's my plan, but I always have a plan that goes so that is the plan for 2022, but you know how it goes for me. But you guys, I appreciate you being here with me today and joining me, and as always, I hope you've loved this Schipper Sunday and this gorgeous kit that they've sent me. Please remember to give me a thumbs up for this video. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you think of this particular kit. And if you have ever tried a Schipper, what you think of their kits in general. Thank you as always for being here, and I will see you back soon.